elevated ones. Welcome if you are new. If you are not, welcome back. My name is Nene and you are tuned in to Elevated Creations. Pull up a seat and get ready for your daily dose of elevation.
Taking time out to be and live my life off screen. Taking time out to be and live my life.
Today we're going to be talking about the dangers of the beauty industry. I might ruffle some feathers with this one, but God put it on my heart, so here it is. I kept contemplating if I wanted to even make this video. The human race is dying because of convenience, greed, self-hate, and the need to be validated or accepted when you don't even accept yourself. Everybody these days wants to be included. Well, guess what? You were never meant to fit in. That's why there is only one you. You're the only one who looks like you, have your fingerprints, your dental impressions, and your mindset. You were made to stand out. But everybody has somehow accepted this copy and paste lifestyle. Everybody dresses the same, use the same lingo, gets into the same career paths, drive the same cars, buys the same wigs and hair extensions, want the same body type. We weren't all meant to have big butts and small waists. One key point they forgot to mention is inclusion comes with a hefty price. This baddie mentality has caused us an imbalance in our society. It's put so much pressure to be perfect on us that it's costing us our mental health. It distorts our self-image to where it has resorted to cosmetic procedures like lip fillers, BBLs, lipo, permanent eyebrows, permanent hair removal. The list goes on. Without self-love and acceptance, you're keeping the rich richer and the poor poorer. The funny thing is, it's a never-ending cycle. The media displays an image to you of how you should look or strive to look like the latest trending celebrity or social media influencer who has been altered with makeup, Photoshop, AI, surgeries, and whatever else to get you not to love yourself. So you can spend your money to look like what you've been programmed to think you should look like. So they can sell you toxic hair care, nail care, skin care, and other cosmetics. And then you wonder why you have fibroids, breast cancer, polycystic ovarian syndrome or PCOS, depression, lupus, alopecia, infertility. And again, the list goes on. Everybody makes money off of our backs. Our people will perish for the lack of knowledge. We fall for everything because we question nothing. We are cattle for the next man's profit. Literal cash cows. I saw this news article last week saying the Consumer Reports found lead in 90% of synthetic braiding hair. Yeah, you heard me right. Synthetic braiding hair. That video will be linked in the description box below. Remember, on my video titled The Importance of Body Hair, if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it either in the description box below or somewhere on the screen. In that video, I told y'all aluminum is considered a neurotoxin and is linked to various diseases. Well, guess what? Lead and mercury are also neurotoxins. Lead exposure can cause neurological disorders including behavioral problems, learning disabilities including attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or better known as ADHD, reduced attention span, increased antisocial behavior, anemia, hypertension or high blood pressure, renal impairment, brain damage, mental retardation, and possibly Alzheimer's or Alzheimer's, which most people call it, Parkinson's disease, schizophrenia, and you guessed it, reproductive organ toxicity. And you wonder why you're infertile. Guess who is at risk for suffering from neurotoxic effects of lead? Children especially during fetal development and early childhood due to lead's ability to cross the blood-brain barrier. And we out here getting labor braids and wearing makeup while we pregnant. Y'all, please keep them braids and then weave out them babies' heads. Please give the children a chance. Learn how to do their natural hair and learn how to do yours. We're so busy trying to be cute and extend our hair to protect our hair when the very thing you're so-called protecting it from is killing you. And you're young. And don't give me that it's too time consuming. Sitting for hours to get braids and install wigs is also too time consuming. If that same energy used to hide your hair was put into caring for your hair and loving your hair, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. If you don't like your hair or your hair's length, it's because you're not watering it. You're not loving it. If you place a barrel on top of grass or an old car on top of grass and smother it from oxygen, sunlight, and water, all things vital for growth, when you remove those objects, the grass will no longer be green and vibrant. It's going to be brown, lifeless, and dead. The same thing applies to your hair. You're hiding your hair under a covering and neglecting what God gave you. Y'all will claim society doesn't make time for our hair. Nah, baby. You don't make time for your hair. You make time for what you want. You got time to be outside. You got time to binge watch them shows. You got time to call your homegirl and gossip on that phone. You got time to lay up with that man. Oh, okay. Thought so. Newsflash, natural mini twist is a protective style. Natural cornrows is a protective style. Locks are a protective style. It's like wearing braids, except you don't have to worry about nobody lacing them with cancer-causing chemicals because it's your own hair and it's growing from your scalp. A regular bun is a protective style. Oh, I ain't done with y'all yet. I'm finna turn y'all every way but loose. Them nails, more specifically them gel nails, them acrylic nails, them lashes, that perfume, your birth control, let it all go. It's all toxic. Learn to accept you when you're stripped to nothing. Makeup frequently used in the U.S. and other parts of the world contain toxic chemicals such as lead, mercury, and formaldehyde. These chemicals are known to be connected to neurological issues, reproductive system damage, and cancer. Ethyl methyl acrylate, EMA, is the main ingredient in acrylic nails, as well as formaldehyde, usually found in nail polish, which are known carcinogens or cancer-causing. Most lash glues also contain formaldehyde. The UV lamps used for gel nails raise the risk of cancer. Many chemicals found in the fragrances or perfumes are linked to cancer, birth defects, and hormone disruption. Birth control puts you at an increased risk for breast cancer, cervical cancer, and liver cancer. Y'all, an alternative to birth control is learning how to track your ovulation. Your ovulation usually occurs 10 to 16 days before the start of your next period, depending on the length of your cycle. Most women's period comes every 28 to 32 days. However, everyone is different. It's important to know your body. Some signs of ovulation are changes in cervical fluid, breast tenderness, ovulation pain, a higher sex drive, and a raise in basal body temperature. I'll say, to be safe, a week before ovulation, do not, I repeat, do not let your man shoot up the club. Y'all ain't finna blame me for no pregnancies, or better yet, if you don't trust yourself, get you a period or ovulation tracking app. Man, listen, this message is out of love. I'm a black woman who came from a black woman. So I get it. I want y'all to see that we're being targeted and poisoned from every angle possible. From the water, the pharmaceutical drugs, the food industry, the fast fashion industry, and the list goes on. What you can't control, you can't change. But you've been lied to about your self-care. The very thing you've been led to believe is self-care is killing you. Please wise up and take charge. Confident women build confident and self-reliant children. But you're not truly confident if you can't accept yourself the way God made you. How can you teach our daughters, the ones who imitate us the most, to love themselves if we're hiding behind synthetic hair or someone else's human hair? Then half of y'all wouldn't even buy synthetic handbags or shoes or even generic grocery items. But yet y'all place synthetic hair on top of y'all head. Something that could never be the real thing. At this point, wearing someone else's human hair could also be classified as synthetic too. Because technically, it's not authentic to you and who you are. You around here thinking you looking cute and looking good with somebody else's hair on top of your head. This message is also for you self-proclaimed Christians. God doesn't order you hiding behind your makeup, your weave, your braids, your lashes, your nails. None of it. It's a slap in God's face. It's like telling God, what you've given me ain't enough. Then half of y'all got the nerve to say, oh, pray over their hair. God got us. Baby, at this point, the hair is your God. You're addicted to it. Whatever you're addicted to and can't let go or go without, you put before God. You're idolizing that hair. You're worshiping that hair. We out here looking like real silly, real deal, literal clowns. Then we want to be accepted and taken seriously by other races when we don't even accept and take ourselves seriously. Then we wonder why so many of our men are running over here to Becky, Liliana, and Ling Ling. When we're making them more attractive by wearing a texture of hair that mimics their own. Now our men have a distorted view of their mothers and their sisters. Now don't get me wrong, the hair ain't the only reason the men run into other races. But that topic alone is a multifactorial thing. But it's a part of it. Now I ain't discriminating against any other race. I think all races of people are beautiful. And there's beauty in every race. And people gonna love who they gonna love. I could care less. I'm just trying to get you to see your own beauty. We're the exotic ones. We're the only people on this planet with this hair type. By the way, we set the standard of beauty. Remember when we were the only ones wearing long nails, hoop earrings, bonnets, laying our edges with our natural big butts and big lips? We were called ghetto, hood rats, chicken heads, urban. But now since other races of women indulge in those things, it's now considered a cultural thing. But one thing about it, we're often imitated but never duplicated. We're the blueprint. We have to see our own magic because everybody else does. The world will continue to be a chaos until the black woman remembers who she is and the power she holds. If the black woman regains her power, then the black man will fall in line. Our men are lost because our women are lost. Who sets the tone in the household? The woman. Who spends the most time with the children? The woman. The way a household flows is all the woman. From the meals being prepared to the way the home is decorated and the overall functionality of the home. The man provides and the woman makes it a home. And I say the world will remain in chaos because other countries have adopted this American way of life because they've been sold the illusion of the American dream. Look how many women from countries in Africa and other parts of the world are out here wearing lace fronts just like women in America. If all the trees in the world were made to cover their leaves to where they were hidden, the world wouldn't be as beautiful. It would be a lot less colorful. They wouldn't stand as tall, and they would be a lot less admirable because their true beauty would be hidden. Since you are the tree, they got y'all out here spending y'all hard-earned money on poison. They no longer have to kill you. They give you the tools to kill yourself. Admit it. You don't like your hair. It's hard to manage because you're trying to force it into a style that it was never meant to be in. I find it weird that most people would be grossed out, mad, and hollering if somebody's hair ended up in their food or on their dinner table, or even if a stranger brushed up against you and their hair touched you. It would be considered nasty and unsanitary because you don't know that person. You don't know whose hair that is. You don't know the person the hair is attached to. But in the same token, you'll go buy somebody else's hair at a top dollar price and sit it on top of your head. You don't know that person. You don't know what type of life they've lived. You don't know if they've since then passed away. You don't know if they believe in God. You don't know what type of person they are. But here you are with a part of them connected to you. A complete stranger sacrificed their hair for you to hide your own. That's spiritual warfare. God has given you everything you need to sustain life on earth. You have your own face, no makeup needed. You have your own hair. You have your own lashes. You have your own nails. You are an extension of God. Please act like it. Unleash the fro. I'll insert some pictures of me with my natural hair before I got my locks at the end of this video. Stay elevated. I'm out.
Whatever happens,